Yes, indeed. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If you are just tuning in, we will be going to the opening screen very soon. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Very good evening if you are just tuning in. I've got a new thing up on the screen this week, and if you've got any feedback, there's now an email address for the Waltham Chase Virtual Pub, WCPubQuiz@outlook.com. If you've got any feedback, more than appreciated anyway. This week's quiz will be kicking off at 8 o'clock. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just tuning in, a very good evening to you. Kicking off this evening's quiz at 8 o'clock. A new little thing up on the screen at the bottom that you may see. If you do have any feedback or any suggestions or anything you'd like to see on the Waltham Chase Virtual Pub, email me at wcpubquiz@outlook.com. But yes, if you are joining us for the first time this evening, on the left-hand side, you'll on my left-hand screen, and your full screen, you'll be able to see how the quiz works. It's 50 questions, 40 of them I read to you live, and 10 are picture-based, which will be up on the screen at 8 o'clock. You mark your own answers, and I ask that you please do not cheat, and then you can post your results in the YouTube chat. And yeah, any feedback, WCPubQuiz@outlook.com. And obviously, if you do want to pop a message in chat and say hello, you're more than welcome. I can see all the messages. Yeah, once again, ladies and gentlemen, very good evening if you are just tuning in. If it's your first time tuning in, have a quick look on the screen, how the quiz is going to work, nice and easy. 50 questions, 40 of them I read to you live, and 10 of them will be picture-based. Obviously, I ask that you mark your answers, but please don't cheat in the process because you are marking your own. You can then post the results in the YouTube chat at the end. If you've got any feedback, please let me know, or ideas, or what have you. Send it to the email address you see on the screen, WCPubQuiz@outlook.com. In terms of the quiz, yeah, we're going to be kicking off in around about 15 minutes. And John and Alex, very good evening to you. Hope you are well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Grab a seat. It's comfy in here. Actually, saying that, it's quite quiet in here as well, but I suppose we have still got 15 or so minutes to go before we kick off, so everyone's on their way, or they're at the bar, they're getting ready, you know. Sue, very good evening. Nice to be back. Yeah, we are back again. And Jim, very good evening to you and Auntie Anne. Hope you are both well. I imagine the rest of the congregation are forming an orderly queue at the door, hoping to get in the Waltham Chase virtual pub. But yeah, about 12-13 minutes till we kick off with this evening's quiz, so not long. Obviously, if you are just tuning in, do say hello in the chat. I can see all the messages that you post. But yes, for those that have tuned in ever so slightly early and got your seats while they're all available, I'm just going to very quickly give you a little bit of a spoiler. So quiz number 10. And the Fords are here. Very good evening to you. I told you it was a spoiler. It was only a very small one. But yeah, obviously a very, very good evening if you are just tuning in. If you are just tuning in for the first time, just so you know how the quiz works, 50 questions, 40 of them I read to you live. 10 are going to be up on the screen at 8 o'clock. They are picture-based ones. Please mark your own answers and please don't cheat. Post your results in the YouTube chat, and if you have got any feedback for me, WCPubQuiz@outlook.com, drop me an email, let me know. But if you are in the chat, why not say hello? I can see all your messages. Say hi. We are live. You don't have to press the red button for it to go interactive. Mike and Jan, very good evening to you from sunny Chichester. Well, hopefully, all speaking, you should be able to start to move property now. That seems to be something that's in the grey area. Sue, our internet is buffering a lot tonight. Is anyone else having issues? Um, it's been flaky for a couple of people for a few days, from what I know. So it's going to be one of those things where, in case of bear with it, if you need anything repeating, then we'll go through that at the appropriate time. But I'm sure we'll be able to get through it. And fingers crossed it holds up just for the next couple of hours so we can get the quiz out of the way anyway. But yeah, 8 minutes until we start. What was the spoiler? Oh, it was only a very small spoiler. I'll be giving you it again in a couple of minutes' time, so don't worry. Just before we start this week's quiz. Yeah, I'll show you the spoiler just before we start this week's quiz. Isabel, very good evening to you. Hope you and the family are well. Lee and Helen, very good evening to you. Hope you are well. Thank you for joining us. But yeah, anyway, around about 6 minutes until we kick off this week's virtual Waltham Chase pub quiz. Mark and Helen, Mark and Julie, very good evening to you. Sorry, I'd already seen Helen's message. Can I say hi from Blue to Dewald? Susan, I can. Yeah, Mark and Julie, very good evening to you. Hope you are well. Yeah, Susan, thank you very much for joining us. I hope I pronounced the shout out correctly. I hope that was okay for you. But yeah, obviously, if you are just tuning in, please do say hello in the chat box so I can see all the messages that are being posted and I will respond to them. So, yeah, please do say hello. We've got about 5 minutes until we start this week's pub quiz. Vincentina, very good evening to you. Hope you're well. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Towie, I didn't even see what you put on there, or what you whooped on there, I should say. Your message was retracted, so I couldn't see it. And the Tupper was very good evening to you. Hope you are well. Thank you very much for joining us. Seems like everyone is now starting to join. We're only 3 or 4 minutes away from starting this week's Waltham Chase online virtual pub quiz. So yeah, if this is your first time doing the online quiz, on the screen are how it works. 50 questions, I will read 40 of them to you live. 10 of them are picture based and will be on the screen very shortly. Please mark your own answers and do not cheat, and then post your results in the YouTube chat. New thing for this week, if you've got any feedback for me or suggestions or anything you'd like to see, WCPubQuiz@outlook.com. Drop me an email, let me know. And obviously if you are tuning in, you can say hello in the chat box, I can see all the messages. Julian's arrived, good evening sir. Hello from Paul and Alison. It's our first time. Welcome, Paul. Welcome, Alison. Enjoy the Waltham Chase virtual pub. Quite a nice, comfy surrounding in here. Nice country area. Make sure you got yourself a pen and paper. Make sure you get yourself a beverage, and make sure you get a packet of crisps out of the cupboard for that authentic country pub feel. Up on the screen, you might like to have a read because you'll understand how it all works. It's going to be 50 questions. 40 of them I'm going to read to you. 10 of them are going to be picture based and they'll be up on the screen in around about 2 minutes time. You do mark your own answers and I ask that you please do not cheat. This is a bit of fun after all. And then post your results in the YouTube chat. And because it's your first time, if you've got any feedback or any suggestions, things that you like, why not email me at WCPubQuiz@outlook.com. The Chesters, very good evening to you. And the Ruse family have joined. And Julian has got the lovely tunnies over the fence. And Paul, no, pleasure is all yours, sir. Welcome aboard. Yeah, no, this week's quiz, well, the picture-based questions I quite like. They're a different one. They're a different one compared to what we've done the past few weeks. But I suppose you'll see that in a few seconds, actually. But they're a good one. Craig, very good evening to you, sir. And yeah, for any other first-timers, if you pop a message in the chat box, this is live. I can see exactly what you're saying, and I will respond to as many messages as I can see. Now, that spoiler I alluded to earlier. For those of you who have joined in for the past few weeks, and for those of you that are watching this week, you'll see along the bottom of the name, as it were, for this week, is the Great 8, because it is quiz number 8. So, as a little bit of a extra, for quiz number 10, it's going to be a bit special. So, week number 10 will be the 31st of May 2020, 2 weeks' time. I will give some details throughout the coming weeks on the Waltham Chase Facebook group, and I'll also give you some extra details next Sunday at the online pub quiz. However, for that one, because it's going to be a bit of a longer quiz, we are going to start at 7:30. So the pub is going to open at 7, virtual pub that is, and the quiz will kick off at 7:30. So that one is going to be a bit of an early one. But it is going to be longer, and there's going to be a few little special things going on. So look forward to that. That's going to be good. But yeah, that's for quiz number 10. We need to move back, because tonight is quiz the Great 8. So I suppose it's 8 o'clock. Everyone's ready for some pictures. Slightly different this week. I did say it's something a bit fun. So which movie, which celebrity? So for instance, George of the Jungle starred Brendan Fraser. I filled out the first one for you, although you don't get any points for that one. You've then got Night at the Museum, Mr. Popper's Penguins, Nanny McPhee, Harry Potter, Dr. Dolittle, Home Alone, Cat in the Hat, Mrs. Doubtfire, Jingle All the Way, Pirates of the Caribbean. From 1 to 10, I need to know from the celebrities at the bottom which ones starred as a main character in the films above. Nice and easy. Tanner Cliffs, very good evening to you, and John Light, very good evening. The Moore fam, very well, good evening to you as well. Yeah, so up on the screen, you've got 10 films, 10 celebrities. I need to know which celebrity starred in which film. You've got until 10 past 8. Best of luck. Yep, so nice and easy. 10 films, 10 celebrities. I need to know which one was in which one. Which movie, which celebrity. Brittany, very good evening to you and the family. And also we've got the Tucker fam. Good evening to you as well. Yeah, 10 movies, 10 celebrities. I need to know which one goes with which one. And the Watsons are here as well. A very good evening to you. Oh, Troutons are here as well, and good evening to yourselves. Hope you're okay. But yeah, we've got 10 movies, 10 celebrities. Which one goes with which? Nice and easy. No points for George of the Jungle. And the Longstaffs are here. Abby and Charlotte, hello, very good evening. Welcome aboard. But yeah, for those just tuning in, first of all, very good evening to you. Welcome to the Wharton Chase Virtual Pub online quiz. On the screen, you can see 10 movies, 10 celebrities. I need to know which of the celebrities at the bottom starred in which movie are along the ones on the left hand side. As you can see, I filled in the top one for you as an example. So Brendan Fraser starred in George of the Jungle. I just need to know the other 10, 1 point for each. And also, if you are just tuning in, you can say hello in the little chat box. I can see all the messages and I'll say hi back. So yeah, just another 2 minutes now for this evening's, well, if you want to call it a pitch around, I like to call it a pitch around, but it's an on-screen picture. I think it counts. Yeah, another 2 minutes to figure out which movie, which celebrity, and then we'll kick off with this week's Great 8 pub quiz. Rightio then, I think that's time up for now. So, we are going to move on to this week's portion of the quiz, or the main portion of the quiz, I should say. First of all, just to give you a quick one, so this week I'm calling the quiz the Great 8. It is the 8th week that I've been running the Waltham Chase virtual online pub quiz. Quiz number 10 is in 2 weeks' time, May the 31st. So I am going to do a 10th week special. There'll be a little giveaway of some form as well, and a competition. It'll be a little bit more extra and a little bit more special. So for that one, we are going to start it earlier. We're going to kick that one off at 7:30 rather than 8 PM as normal. So that particular one will start at 7:30. All the others will start at 8 PM as usual. Paul and Tina Paskins, very good evening to you. Hoping for some kind questions. They're a good set of questions this evening, don't worry. But yeah, details of the quiz number 10 will be coming on the Waltham Chase Facebook page and next week's virtual pub quiz. For now, it's that time where I ask if you're all ready to get on with this week's questions. Flood the chat box with the word ready, and we'll kick off this week's Great 8 pub quiz questions. Soon as I know we're all ready, it's time to begin. Okie dokie then, folks. It seems like everyone is raring and ready to go. So all I can say is very good luck to all of you. Here comes this week's Waltham Chase Virtual Online Pub Quiz questions. Suppose it's a good place if we start with number one, nice and easy one to start off with. In Spanish, what is the word for an afternoon nap? So in Spanish, what is the word for an afternoon nap? Nice and easy one for question number one. I can also imagine with lockdown that quite a few countries are adopting this word. And question number two. Who wrote The Pit and the Pendulum? So who wrote The Pit and the Pendulum? That's question number two. So I'll put that one up on the screen just to make sure. There you go. Question number two. Who wrote The Pit and the Pendulum? And question number three. How long is there between the different rounds in boxing? So in between rounds, how long is there, as in time? It's quite an interesting one when you think about it. Quite an interesting one. Question number four. Which public school did Sir Winston Churchill go to? So which public school did Sir Winston Churchill go to? It's question number 4. Question number 5. If you don't get this one correct, I can't help you. What is the 13th letter of the English alphabet? What is the 13th letter of the English alphabet? That is question number 5. Question number 6. Which is the largest land carnivore in Britain? So which is the largest land carnivore in Britain? That's question number 6. God, that's one hell of an acronym, so JSLHVD, I'll try and remember that. Jizzle HVD, I think I'll have to call you. Let's go to question number 7. Who made the album Confessions on a Dance Floor? So who made the album Confessions on a Dance Floor? Question number 8. Which driver won the F1 World Championship in 2008, 2014 and 2015? Which driver won the Formula 1 World Championship in 2008, 2014 and 2015? That is question number 8. Let's move on to question number 9. Question number 9. Which country does Bryan Adams come from? So question number 9. Which country does Bryan Adams come from? That's one to make you think. Question number 10. Who was known as the lady with the lamp? So question number 10. Who was known as the lady with the lamp? Question number 11. What is the plural of the word sheep? So what is the plural of the word sheep? Question number 12. Where in a horse is the coffin joint? C-O-F-F-I-N. So where in a horse is the coffin joint? Susan, sheep, as in the animal. What is the plural of the word sheep? Question number 13. Which substance is most used for pencil lead? So which substance is most used for pencil lead? I think we've had some quite nice and easy ones now, so we're going to step it up a little bit for this next one. Question number 14. In which year did Charles Dickens die? I need the exact year for the point. So question number 14. In which year did Charles Dickens die? I need the exact year for the point. Question number 15. Make it nice and easy again. What name can be a lettuce or a mass of floating frozen water? So what name can either be a lettuce or a mass of floating frozen water? Gave you a hard one, gave you an easy one. Try to balance it out. Question number 16. Which vegetable did Sir Walter Raleigh bring to England? So question number 16. Which vegetable did Sir Walter Raleigh bring to England? Number 6, Paul and Tina, was carnivore. Yeah, which carnivore? VORE, just to confirm. Let's just move on to question number 17. So in the strip cartoon, what is the name of Snoopy's brother? This is quite a challenging one. In the strip cartoon, what is the name of Snoopy's brother? I'll put that one up on screen because it is a thinker. Yeah, what is the name of Snoopy's brother? And in fact, I'll get the next one ready for the screen as well, because last time I asked this question, I got the pronunciation wrong, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to do it again. Put that there, ready. And so question number 18. Soyuz was the name of the Russian spacecraft, but what does the name Soyuz actually mean? Soyuz was the name of a Russian spacecraft, but what does the name actually mean? That's question number 18. I'm sure it's Soyuz. I know I did get corrected in the last quiz I said, so I want to make sure that last time I said that question, I haven't made the same mistake today. Question number 19. Which lady became George W. Bush's Secretary of State in his second term of office? Make sure you hear the whole question there. Which lady became George W. Bush's Secretary of State in his second term of office? And moving on to question number 20. In Shakespeare's Othello, who is the female lead? So in Shakespeare's Othello, who is the female lead? Right, well, believe it or not, that's questions 1 to 20. If you would like any questions 1 to 20 repeated, please speak now or forever hold your peace. Pop in the chat box any questions 1 to 20 that you would like repeated. Any questions 1 to 20 repeated. Question number 10. Who was known as the lady with the lamp? Who was known as the lady with the lamp is question number 10. Question number 3. In between boxing rounds, how long is there? So in time, how long is there between rounds in boxing? Number 20. In Shakespeare's Othello, who is the female lead? So as in lead character. So in Shakespeare's Othello, who is the female lead character? Question number 18. Question number 18 is actually up on the screen for you. Soyuz was the name of a Russian spacecraft, but what does the name actually mean? As in Soyuz. So Soyuz was the name of a Russian spacecraft. What does that name actually mean? Number 5. Number 5, I shouldn't have to help you anymore with this one. What is the 13th letter of the English alphabet? As in number 1, number 3. What is the 13th letter of the English alphabet? Now you've heard the question again, you'll get it straight away. Number 12, where in a horse is the coffin joint? C-O-F-F-I-N. So where in a horse is the coffin joint? Number 6, which is the largest land carnivore in Britain? So which is the largest land carnivore in Britain? Carnivore, C-A-R-N-I-V-O-R-E. And yeah, just confirm, Sue, 13th letter of the English alphabet. Julian, your one's actually up on the screen. Anybody like any more 1 to 20 repeated, or are we all good to move back to the pictures and have ourselves a small little interval? "60 seconds if you need anything repeating. Cool, haven't had any more repeats. So, 8:45, we are going to go through the first 20 answers. Up on screen is the picture round if you missed it. I need which movie, which celebrity. I filled in the first one for you. I need to know what the other 10 are. I'll see you guys at 8:45 and we'll go through some answers. Right then, let's crack on with some answers. If everyone's sat down, ready, marker pens in provision, pop in the chat that you are ready, and we shall commence with this week's first round answers. For those people who are tuning in for the first time, we do answers 1 to 20 after the first set of questions, and then we do the second round and the picture round at the end, and then do a final score. So yeah, if it's your first time, just let you know that's how it works. But yeah, if you'd like the answers 1 to 20, let me know you're ready, and we shall crack on. Excellent. Seems like everyone's ready. So let us commence. So question number 1, I asked you in Spain, what is the word for an afternoon nap? Or in Spanish, what is the word for an afternoon nap? It is, of course, siesta. S-I-E-S-T-A. Siesta is the answer to number 1. Question number 2 was, who wrote The Pit and the Pendulum? That was Edgar Allan Poe. Edgar Allan Poe. That one was a bit hard. Question number 3, how long is there in between rounds in boxing? There is 1 minute. If you put 60 seconds, of course I will allow it. But yeah, 1 minute or 60 seconds, however you decided to write it. Which public school did Sir Winston Churchill go to? He went to Harrow, H-A-R-R-O-W, Harrow. Question number 5, what is the 13th letter of the English alphabet? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M is your 13th letter. M as in mother. M was the answer. Question number 6, which is the largest land carnivore in Britain? That is the badger. Yep, the badger is the largest land carnivore in Britain. Question number 7, the album Confessions on a Dance Floor was Madonna. Question number 8, which driver won the F1 Championship in 2008, 2014, 2015? That was Lewis Hamilton. Question number 9, Bryan Adams comes from Canada. Who was known as the Lady with the Lamp? That is Florence Nightingale. Florence Nightingale is the Lady with the Lamp. Question number 11, what is the plural of the word sheep? I've already given the answer. It's sheep. Sheep is the plural. You have lamb and lambs. You have sheep and sheep. Question number 12, where in a horse is the coffin joint? That is in the hoof. Yep, the hoof contains the coffin joint. Question number 13, which substance is most used for pencil lead? It is graphite. Question number 14, I asked you in exactly which year did Charles Dickens die? That was 1870. 1870, 1870. What can be a lettuce or a mass of floating frozen water? Of course, it's an iceberg. Sir Walter Raleigh brought the potato to England. In the strip cartoon, Snoopy's brother is named Spike. Paul and Tina. Medical definition on that one. Let me finish the answers and I can answer that question. Soyuz was the name of a Russian spacecraft. What does the name Soyez actually mean? It means union. So union. Question number 19. Which lady became George W. Bush's Secretary of State in his second term of office? That is, of course, Condoleezza Rice. And in Shakespeare's Othello, the female lead was Desdemona. Jeremy, I was surprised by the answer as well. I was surprised by the answer. Can I allow foot? It's part of the foot. Oh. Yes, I tell you what, I'll allow it. I'm a generous man. I'll allow foot. We're all doing it for fun, so yeah, why not? I'll accept that. I'm a generous man and it's all for a bit of fun, so yeah, why not? Anyway, if you can quickly give me your first round results in the YouTube chat before we move on to part 2, the more difficult part of the quiz, I must say. But yeah, pop how well you did in the chat, and let's have a look at how well some of you have done so far. And just quickly, I have quickly looked it up online. Technically, a foot is just the end portion of a limb that bears weight. So yes, I can allow that as an answer. I thought I was right doing it, and yeah, medically I am. So I'm happy with that. Right, let's have a read through some results. So we've got Tizard's on 11, Chapman's on 11, Houghton's on 13, the Grand Tour on 13, Tudball's on 13, oh, Sue Bailey, trying to remember the name of your group now, on 14, JVS, I'll have to look back at it in a second, Paul White, 12, John, pretty sure boxing round is 3 minutes, a boxing round maybe 3 minutes, the gap in between them is 1 minute. Mark Chester, 11. Will, his team's on 17. The Gibbons are on 12. Paskins are on 14. The Tuckers are on 16. The Moore fam on 14. Elliott's on 14. The Fords on 14. Curtis is on 12. Julian is on 16. The Longstaffs are on 12. Jones family's on 14. And Dean is on 14. Jizzle HVD. That's what I'm going to have to call you now. Jizzle HVD. Just to make sure I get it right. Otherwise I'm going to end up saying Juliet Sierra Lima Hotel Victor Delta. That will drive me up. Because I always like to do things phonetically. Right, anyway, it's that time for you to post ready again. If it's time to move on to the next round, aka round 2, post in the chat that you're all ready. The Watsons, you got 10. There's still plenty of time. Still plenty of time. Let me remove these off on the help sheet so we're ready to move on to the next round. Word of warning, round 2 is harder than round 1. And the lights are in with 12. There's a lot of people in contention. I'm hoping everyone really did well in the picture round, aka movie round, because I think people got that. It's going to be very interesting up the top. Very interesting. Cool, seems like everyone's ready. Let's kick off with question number 21. Question number 21. Venetian blinds originated in which country? So Venetian blinds originated in which country? Question number 22. A poult is the young of which creature? So a poult is the young of which creature? Question number 23. Which group recorded the original of Light My Fire? So which group recorded the original of Light My Fire? Julian, it's a poult. I have put that question up on the screen for everyone, just in case there is any doubt of pronunciation. But yeah, it's a poult. Question number 24. In an English trial, how many people sit on the jury? So in an English trial, how many people sit on the jury? And it's one of those where I need to make sure I get my pronunciation correct for the next one. Question number 25. Marcel Desailly was a World Cup winner playing for which country? Marcel Desailly was a World Cup winner playing for which country? Apologies if I got the pronunciation wrong. Question number 26. Which great soprano earned the name of La Divina? I'll put that one up on the screen for you. That is pronounced correct though. Which great soprano earned the name of La Divina? Question number 27. One I would probably write down. It's a thinking one. What measure of paper is 10, or sorry, what measure of paper is 8 by 10 inches? I'll read that again for you. What measure of paper is 8 by 10 inches? In fact, I'll even pop it up on the screen for you because I'm a very generous fella. So what measure of paper is 8 by 10 inches? Told you this round was a bit more difficult than the last one. Told you it was a bit more difficult. Let's give you a nice and easy one though, which is question number 28. On a standard European roulette wheel, which number appears on the green section? So on a standard European roulette wheel, which number appears on the green section? That's question number 28. And in fact, I'm very kind this evening. Well, I always am, I think. But yeah, another nice and easy one for you. Question number 29. What is the number 2 in Spanish? So what is the number 2 in Spanish? Question number 30. In which game do you draw part of a gallows for every wrong answer? So question number 30. In which game do you draw part of a gallows for every wrong answer? Jeremy, question number 28 was on a standard European roulette wheel, which number appears on the green section? So on a European roulette wheel, which number appears on the green section? That was number 28. Question number 31. Bright's disease, so Brights. Bright's disease affects which organs of the body? So Bright's disease affects which organs of the body? That's question number 31. Let's go question number 32. Question number 32. What name is given to a garden with geometrically arranged beds and small hedges? Question number 32. What name is given to a garden with geometrically arranged beds and small hedges? That's a thinker, that one. Question number 33. Who sang with the Dakotas? So question number 33. Who sang with the Dakotas? Dakotas. Question number 34, I'm going to give you a nice and easy one again. In which century was 1658? Question number 34, in which century was 1658? 1658. Which century was it? Nice and easy one for question 34. Question number 35. Which actress said, "I want to be alone"? So question number 35. Which actress said, "I want to be alone"? That is question number 35. Question number 36. How many kings of England have been called Philip? Once again, I need the exact number. How many kings of England have been called Philip? Question number 37. How many stomachs does a cow have? Question number 37. How many stomachs does a cow have? Question number 38. With which swimming stroke do races begin in the water? So with which swimming stroke do races begin in the water? This is one I'm probably going to put up on screen. However, I do know the pronunciation, luckily, so I can say it correctly. But question number 39. How is the Roman city of Verulamium known today? So how is the Roman city of Verulamium known today? And then we'll go question number 40. Which city in the world has the largest population? I don't need to know the number, I just need to know the place. Which city in the world has the largest population? Right, and with that, would anybody like any questions from 21 to 40 repeated? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Any questions from number 21 to number 40? Obviously you have got the ones on the screen that you can see as well. (21 to 40). 38. So 38. With which swimming stroke do races begin in the water? So with which swimming stroke do races begin in the water? So when you start a race in the water, which swimming stroke do you start with? At 24. Question number 24. In an English trial, how many people sit on the jury? So how many people sit on the jury in an English trial? 33. Who sang with the Dakotas? So Dakotas. Who sang with the Dakotas? Laura, question number 40. Which city in the world has the largest population? I don't need to know the number, just the city, please. Which city in the world has the largest population? Any more from questions 21 to 40 repeated. In which case we're going to do our little thing where we take a small interval. I need to very quickly run to the bathroom and refresh. But I'm going to leave up on the screen the pitch around for you. You have until 9:25. When I come back at 9:25, it is time to go through all of the rest of tonight's answers. See you soon. Sue, first time doing it as a group. Well, hopefully you've done well. I'm hoping to see a very good score from you this week then, Sue. Thank you very much indeed. That's a very kind comment. Thank you very much. And always, never need to thank me. Everyone's trying to help everyone through this. Just hopefully everyone enjoys the fun as we go along. But I think it's that time. It is 9:25. It is Sunday evening. It's about time that we do round 2 of the answers. All you need to do, as usual, is pop that you are ready in the chat, and we will move on with the answers and the picture round answers, because I know a lot of you are going to be looking forward to these. But also for those that didn't see earlier, just while you are all getting ready, quiz number 10 is going to be in 2 weeks' time. It's going to be a 10th week special. It's a bit special. I'll be giving details on the Waltham Chase Facebook throughout this week, and the final details next Sunday on the virtual pub quiz. But for that one, we are going to do an early start. We're going to start it at 7:30 rather than 8 o'clock. So just all pre-warn you of that. May the 31st, 2020 will be our 10th week special. Just so everyone is aware. Right, everyone's ready. Let us go through this week's answers. Let's start with question number 21. Venetian blinds originated in which country? Venetian blinds originated in Persia. Yes, they originated in Persia. A poult is the young of which creature? A poult is the young of a turkey. Yeah, although you get poultry as the community for the family of birds, a poult is actually the name of a young turkey. Question number 23. Which group recorded the original of Light My Fire? That was the Doors. Yep, the Doors originally recorded Light My Fire. In an English trial, on a jury you would have 12 people. Marcel Desailly was a World Cup winner with France. The great soprano La Divina was Maria Callas. What measure of paper is 8 by 10 inches? That is known as a quarto. Yep, a quarto. Best way to show you it is like that. It's a quarto. On a standard European roulette wheel, which number appears on the green section? That is, of course, 0. 1 to 36 appear on red and black. On an American roulette, you get 0 and 00, which are both green. Question number 29. What is the number 2 in Spanish? That is, of course, dos. D-O-S, dos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Question number 30. In which game do you draw part of a gallows for every wrong answer? That is Hangman. And I do want the name Hangman because it was the original name for the game. Not one of these third-party spin-offs that create the same game. Question number 31. Bright's disease affects the kidneys. Question number 32. If you got this right, then well done. Question number 32. What is given, or what name is given to a garden with geometry? Oh my God! There we go. It's gone now. What name is given to a garden with geometrically arranged beds and small hedges? God, that is a tongue twister of a question. It is a knot garden. K-N-O-T, knot garden. Laura, the answer for number 21 was Persia. Venetian blinds came from Persia. So yeah, apologies there. Question number 32. What name is given to a garden with geometrically arranged beds and small hedges? It's a knot garden. Question number 33. Who sang with the Dakotas? That was, of course, Billy J. Kramer. Billy Kramer, yeah. Nice and simple one for the next one. In which century was 1658? That was the 17th century. 17th century. Question number 35. Which actress said, "I want to be alone"? That was Greta Garbo. Yeah, Greta Garbo. Question number 36. How many kings of England have been called Philip? Absolutely none. No kings of England have been called Philip. None of them. Question number 37. How many stomachs does a cow have? They have 4 stomachs. With which swimming stroke do races begin in the water? They start with a backstroke. Verulamium is now known as St Albans. And the city in the world with the largest population is Shanghai. Time for the pitch questions. So Night at the Museum was Ben Stiller. Night at the Museum, Ben Stiller. Mr. Popper Penguins was Jim Carrey. Nanny McPhee was Emma Thompson. Harry Potter was, of course, Daniel Radcliffe. Number 5, Dr. Dolittle was Eddie Murphy. Home Alone was Macaulay Culkin. The Cat in the Hat was the one and only Mr. Mike Myers. Mrs. Doubtfire was the late great Robin Williams. Number 9, Jingle All the Way was Arnold Schwarzenegger. And number 10, Pirates of the Caribbean, the only one left on the list, was Johnny Depp. There you go. You've got all your answers for this week. So it's time to post them in the chat and let me know how everyone got on. Yeah, add up all your scores from this week and then post them in the YouTube chat. Let's see how well everyone did this week. Right, let me start writing some scores down just to make sure that I don't miss anyone. Okay, so we got the Chester's in with 31, Chapman's in with 31, Chester's in with 34, sorry, Mike and Jan 39, the Watson's got 38, Perry's got 35, the Troughtons with 37, Tubble's with 35, Paul White 34, and thank you for joining us indeed for your first time as well, Paul. The Joneses are in with 35. Ford's in with 36. Oh, we got a 40. 36, 29. God blimey, we got a lot of good scores this week. Oh, another 39. Oh, another 40 as well. The Tuckers are in. 33 from the Curtises. Julian with 40. Blimey, it is tough up the top this week. Tizard's only 30, blimey, not your week. The Light's in with 34, Helen with 39, the Gibbons in with 30. Tokyo. Okay. Sorry, whatever that's supposed to mean. Meanie's in with 27. Wow, so we got 3 people on 40 this week. I should come up with a tiebreaker, but I think we've all... Google says Tokyo. Okay, I'm always happy to admit when I am wrong. Just verifying. Ah. I may have actually missed a word in that question. Out of the sake of fairness, for question number 40, if you put Shanghai or Tokyo, I am going to accept the answer because I missed a question or missed a word out of the question. That was actually just a genuine mistake. So if you did get Tokyo or Shanghai for number 40, I will allow the question to be answered with either answer. Sue Bailey, meat draw. Oh, we could do with a meat draw. But there will be something very, very special lined up for quiz number 10, so don't worry about that. But yeah, Jeremy, I have now hopefully clarified that for you, so if it does make a difference in the score, although it's only 1, shouldn't make a huge difference. Chapmans, thank you very much indeed. Simon, as of now, it's the most populous city in the world. However, had I wrote down the question correctly, the answer would have been Shanghai. Unfortunately, that was me making a silly mistake, which when I'm trying to rush through these, appreciate I sometimes do these late at night, sometimes in the afternoon, and we're all humans, we do make mistakes when rewriting questions. But if there is anyone else or anyone on 40 who would like to amend that they did get 41, congratulations to you anyway, it's only for a bit of fun. Why are we rambling on? Silly. Anyway guys, next week is the sublime number 9. I'm going to see you all usual time. Virtual Pub opens at 7:30 and we kick off at 8 o'clock. Thank you very much indeed for tuning in. Hey, there we go. We got 3 people at 41. I'd love to do a tiebreaker, but I think it's all for the fun of it. So, well done everyone that took part this evening. We had a lot of high scores this evening. Helen, yeah, unfortunately it was a slight mistype. That's all it was. 1 word and the question would have been completely different. I'm not going to say what that word will be because it will give away potentially a question I'll use another time now. As soon as I'm mucked out, that's last down. Congrats the Tuckers on their debut. Oh, well done Tuckers. Thank you very much indeed. C. Buckler, thank you. The Curtis family, thank you very much indeed. The Fords and the Gibbons, thank you very much indeed for joining us down the road. The Paskins, no problem at all. And yeah, so now we got a couple of 41s. Mike and Jan, thanks everyone. Enjoyable as usual. Nice to all have you here. We're a nice little family here. Julian, thank you very much indeed. Elliot, thank you very much. Sue Bailey, thank you very much indeed. I will try and remember your acronym for next week. JSVHLD. Sure that was it. But yeah, once again, thank you very much, Dee. I will see you next week for the Sublime 9. Take care.